YouTube, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Business, back with another video. It is Sunday, and as you can see, I'm on the road. I'm not home. So, on my way to Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, which is Walmart Distribution Center, drop off this load. So, let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you could be anywhere else on YouTube. The fact that you clicked on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. All right, I got a couple of things to talk about, a couple of situations. So let's jump right into it. So last night I was having a conversation with another driver. You know what I'm saying? We become pretty good friends. I ain't never seen the cat before, but started talking, talking on the phone probably about a month ago. So we were talking last night. Of course, we were talking about stuff going on at USA. And he told me about a situation that another driver had, which was this. The driver booked the load off the load board for one price, right? So that driver gets a call from USA and they tell him, hey, the load that you booked was booked at the incorrect price. The new price is $600 lower than what you booked it at. So that's what it is. And the reason that they gave him was because the broker forgot to take out his cut. All right, that's the reason that they gave. Now, I believe that when you book a load on the load board at a price, that should be it. It's not my fault as a driver that the broker forgot to take out that cut or whatever, even if that was the case. But I don't think that I don't think they should be able to call you. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I think that once that load is booked, that's the price. All right, hold on, guys. Gotta answer this call real quick. All right, yeah, I'm back. I had to take a phone call. So where was I at? I think I was talking about if you book a load off the load board, then wherever you book it at, that's the price you should get paid. And whose mistake, you know what I'm saying? That mistake, whoever's mistake is, it wasn't your mistake. So I just don't think they should be able to do that. Which, it leads to so there's being instances where we see loads on the load board that get put on the load board that are booked for a higher rate, and then they take them off and then rebook them at a lower rate. So what's really happening? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? So what it's doing is creating and building mistrust between the drivers and USA. Because if I see a load on the load board that's booked for, 2,000, and then it disappears, and then I see it back on the load board for like 1,500. Where'd an extra $5 go? You know what I'm saying? Because USA already taking 35% of what we make. You know what I'm saying? So are they taking money off the top? I seen a video not too long ago, but it's been a while. I seen a video, dude talking about, all carriers, yeah, they taking money off the top plus taking their percentage. You know what I'm saying? Which I think, if that's happening, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. And it just does nothing to build mistrust. And then if you're going to be sloppy about it and put it on the load board, then take it off and then repost it at a lower rate, then that just makes you look bad as a carrier. If you're going to be doing shady shit like that, then don't let us drivers see it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just building mistrust, and it just make people want to leave to go somewhere else. That's just how I feel about it, you know. So, which brings me to my next situation. Talking to my mentee the other day, and he told me that he booked a load, right? He booked a pretty good load, decent paying load, and his DM called him up and said, hey, the load you just booked, somebody else already got it. I have a problem with this. Let me tell you why. Because they supposedly had redesigned the load board with the auto assign feature, which basically works. It's supposed to work. If I book a load on a load board, it's supposed to take that load off the load board so it can't be booked by nobody else, and it goes into my pre-planned status where it's waiting to get actually put in my pre-planned loads. So technically, if I book a load, then it should not be on the load board. So, and the whole auto assign feature was created because this is what was happening when I first got to USA. People were booking loads and somebody else was booking loads at the same time, and then they're getting told, hey, well, somebody got that load before you. First of all, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And now the auto assign feature was supposed to take care of that issue. So it shouldn't even be happening. So what's up with the auto assign feature? Is it working? Is it not working? Is there even an auto assign feature? You know what I'm saying? Because that should not be happening if that feature is part of the new load board. So now that just builds more distrust between the drivers and the company, because it's not, he's not the first person that, to say this since the new load board was created, So what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? I have a couple of theories. When I was talking to the other driver last night, we were talking about this issue. Is it that when they tell you that, are they giving it to a company driver to run? Because we all know everything comes down to money. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes down to money. So if USA can get a company driver to take a load that was previously booked under us, how much money does that put in their pocket? I would say a whole hell of a lot. So if they have, let's say, a $2,500 load, I book a $2,500 load, right? And they give that load to a company driver. Well, you know what I'm saying? I think they're only paying company drivers, I don't know. It may be 80, 40 cents a mile. I don't know what it is. I know when I first was looking to get with a company, 2.5 years ago after I got out of school, USA was one of the companies I looked into, and they was only paying drivers 34 cents a mile. So I don't think it's that. I think they've raised it since then, but I'm just giving you an example. If they are only paying 30, 40, 50 cents a mile for a $2,700 load, they're pocketing about $2,000, as opposed to giving it to us, where they only get 35% of that load and we get the rest. So that could be what they're doing, which leads into a greater point. A lot of, there's some companies out there that, like JB Hunt, that have dedicated accounts. USA has dedicated accounts too for, all right, let me back that up. There's a couple of companies out there that have dedicated accounts for their IC drivers, okay? Back in March, when I was doing the Family Dollar account, okay, it paid great money. Now, that account was supposed to last 8 weeks. I think it only lasted 5 weeks. And the reason why they cut it short was because they hired more drivers and company drivers basically came and took over that account from the ICs. Again, this is USA saving money. What they were paying out a day for IC driver to do the Family Dollar account, they are paying below that per week to a company driver to do the same thing. So how much money is that putting in their pocket? And from what I heard is that USA has a 5-year contract with Family Dollar. Okay, so when they came out, I guess in the summertime, and said, hey, we got this Family Dollar account back, but we're only going to pay you, I think it was maybe $800 a day, $850, hell, it could have been $750 a day, and we're only going to pay you for 5 weeks. They made it seem like that was a change that Family Dollar made. I heard that that was a change that USA made. I don't know what is which, but if you already have a 5-year contract where you're getting guaranteed money from Family Dollar, okay, then I tend to think that that's a change that USA made, again, putting more money in their pocket, okay? So they do run a couple of dedicated accounts, or at least I've seen, they had the pods. I don't know if they still had a pods account. To me, that wasn't worth it. They did run earlier, they had a Tyson account, which after you run the numbers, to me, it just didn't make sense. And then when they was doing the Walmart account, which I heard they're coming out to do, they're going to start Walmart up again, the numbers, to me, it's just not there. You're going to pay me $1,000 a day for 5 days and then not give me a fuel surcharge on top of that. That's not money, because you still taking 35% out of that $1,000 a day. And then I still have all my expenses to come out. So it's not money. It's not money. Contrast that with JB Hunt. JB Hunt has the Walmart account. Their drivers, even if it is $1,000 a day, they get the whole thing. There's no cut for JB Hunt. Plus they get a fuel surcharge. So yeah, I'll take that. Even if it, for 5 days, you know what I'm saying? It's $5,000. Consistent money, you know what I'm saying? Probably would do that. So, yeah, these are not new things that I'm talking about. This is actually, this stuff like this has just been going on since I've been here. And, the longer you're either at somewhere, just the more stuff you tend to recognize. And now every company has their bullshit with them. But it's like, how much bullshit am I willing to endure here? Because if I go to JB Hunt, I know people at JB Hunt, and they have their issues with JB Hunt that I don't like, what I'm saying, that they've told me about. So everywhere you go, it's going to be some bullshit. It's just wherever you are or wherever you land, what I'm saying, can you tolerate that bullshit, and can you profit still? That's basically the name of the game. So that's my USA portion of this video. Now, let's get into a situation that I had earlier this week. All right, so this week, well, I should say last week, because today is Sunday, so Sunday officially starts a new week. So last week, I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna be a shitty week. It's gonna be a shitty week for me, and most likely, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be in the hole that week. And here's partially why. All right, first of all, I left out the house. I didn't leave out the house until Tuesday. All right, I left out the house Tuesday. I had 2 loads scheduled for last week. The first load, and this is the situation load. The situation load picked up in Colonial Heights, Virginia. It was Anheuser-Busch. I had never done it, so it was a beer load. It was heavy, and it was going to Asheville, North Carolina. The pay wasn't that great, but I was going to use that load because I didn't want to deadhead from the house to Hendersonville, North Carolina, which is where I was picking up a load to go to Texas. So I was like, all right, you know what? This load's not paying great, but at least I can cover some of my fuel costs with this load. So I think the beer load only paid $700, and it had a fuel surcharge of like $180. So it was going to be like just shy of $1,000 total. Cool. I can deal with that, especially, you know what I'm saying, to help me cover some of the costs of my fuel for this week. All right. So my appointment was for 8:00 p.m. on Tuesday. All right. Tuesday evening, appointment at 8:00. My Hendersonville load had a pickup window of 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday till 12:00 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. All right, so that's my pickup window. All right, so I know it's going to be a little tight. You know what I'm saying? I get to, here's my calculations. I get to the beer load at 8. I know it's going to take them a while to load me. So I'm like, okay, if I can get out of there by 6, it's due to drop at 7 in the morning. It's a live unload. I'm going to give them 2 to 3 hours to unload me. And Asheville is only 25 miles from Hendersonville, so I can still make my next load on time. All right, got it all planned out. That's how I see this load going. Get to Anheuser-Busch, pull up to the security gate, get out. You know what I'm saying? Guard Shack takes my information, and he was like, "Hey, I don't have a dock door for you right now." He said, "You see those trucks over there?" He points. I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Just park over there." He says, "I'll call you when I get a door." All right, bet, no problem. I got there at 7:30, so I'm 30 minutes ahead of my scheduled appointment time. Now, mind you, when I booked the load, it specifically says in bright red, among other things, we have up to 4 hours to load and unload you. I bet. Cool. I'm good with that. So, I parked. I'm chilling in here watching YouTube videos and all, whatever. Took a little nap. I wake up. It's like 10:30. I ain't got no phone call yet. Check my phone. I ain't get no phone call. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm starting to redo my numbers. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be late for this North Carolina load because that's my highest paying load for the week. And the load after that is also a high paying load. So at 12:00, I make an executive decision for my company. I sent a message to dispatch saying, "Hey, look, I had an 8:00 p.m. appointment. It is now 12:00 a.m. I still don't have a dock door. So I'm leaving because I'm not jeopardizing the loads after this one. Not doing it. So take that load off me. Take it off me." As soon as I send that message off, they come calling Anheuser-Busch. I look at the number. I know it's them because it's 804 number. I'm not answering that. I'm on the phone with my lady. I'm like, I'm not answering that. She was like, why not? I see, because they're gonna put me in the dock door, and then it's gonna be another 3-4 hours before they even unload me. I'm probably not even looking to get up out of here until 5 o'clock. That is definitely not happening. So, yeah, I bounced. And I'd have to deadhead anyway, which I didn't want to do, which was the reason for booking a load. So now I got a deadhead to Hendersonville, North Carolina, which is like a 7-hour drive. So now I got a deadhead anyway. You know what I'm saying? So surprisingly, I didn't get any pushback from dispatch saying, oh no, you already booked the load, yada yada yada, whatever. They went ahead and, took the load off, which surprised me. It really did. But you got to be out here, as I told my mentee, hey, when you're out here, you have to make the best decision for your company, because believe me, USA is going to make the best decision for them. And since we are in a contractual agreement, company to company, you know what I'm saying, what's best for them may not necessarily be what's best for you. And sometimes those are decisions that you're going to have to make. So that was my situation for the week. All right, we're already 21 minutes into this video, so I'm about to go ahead and wrap it up, give you some numbers. What I did, yeah, I didn't make a video last week, but I did say that settlement was going to be low, and it was $700, last Friday. This settlement this week, I knew it was going to be pretty good, and it was. My settlement for this week basically was about, it was a little bit over $3,500 for the week that came to me. That's after all expenses paid. So $3,500. I think I grossed like $7,200 for that week. One thing they did forget, and I always tell my mentee this, man, you need to look over your settlement to make sure that you are getting paid for everything that you're supposed to, which in my case, I didn't. So they forgot to add one of the fuel surcharges for my load. No problem. Simple message to my DM saying, hey, they forgot to give me my FSC for load, da-da-da-da-da. Make sure you put that money on my card. And he messaged me an hour back later saying, yep, that money is added to the savings side of your card. So definitely gotta watch out, you know what I'm saying, and make sure that you are getting paid for everything that you're supposed to. Now, my loads last week, like I said, I only had that one load because the beer load, I told them to cancel. So I think that was a $2,600 load with a nice fuel surcharge. But I spent a lot of fuel for that week, and some of that fuel is being spent on this load that I'm currently on, that I picked up in Dallas on Thursday. And so the fuel for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for this load is coming out of last week's settlement. So, and this load dropping today, and today starts a new week. So this week is actually going to be a pretty good week. I have this load that I dropped today. I have the pickup load tomorrow that's going to take me home. Drops off in Dollar Tree in Chesapeake. That's like $1,100. Got a fuel surcharge. And then I pick up a load on Wednesday out of New Jersey and take it to Georgia. And that's going to be my 3 loads for the week. So that load, those 3 loads, I'll be grossing over 6. I think it's like 6 or 6 change. It's 6 or 6 change. Definitely grossing over 6. So not bad numbers. And next week, going to Utah. Not next week, the week after that, going to Utah. Got a load going to Utah. So that's going to be a pretty good week too. So, all right. Yeah, if you like the video, you know what I'm saying, smash the like button. Support your content, support your boy. subscribe to the channel. Hey, want to have conversation? You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation down in the comment section. Hey, and hope everybody had a great weekend, and I will see you next time.